right, we're back with the Adam Snabel Mortgage team. Adam and Casey, we're so happy to have you here again, talking about, this time around, denied a mortgage. So obviously, if someone wants to buy a house, being denied for a mortgage would be a major roadblock for them. It would probably cause some discouragement, and they might not know what to do next. So we're just sort of going to kind of cover that whole topic in this video. I know that you guys have always said no one is really a no. Like, there's always a plan. We can always find a way to make this work for you. So let's kind of start with, if someone is facing being denied, what are some of the things that maybe they're believing about the situation that are not necessarily true?
Well, first off, I think the first thing you need to find out if you've been denied is why were you denied?
Right.
Okay. They owe that to you.
Yeah.
The loan officer, the bank, or your mortgage company that you're talking to, they owe that to you. Not just I was denied, but why were you denied? Was your debt ratio too high? Was it your credit score? What is your credit score? A common misconception is, well, that there's a one size fits all. So Bank A's guidelines are the same as Bank B, and that's not the case. So, for example, some banks will have a minimum 620 credit score, and then some will go down to a 540 like us.
Yeah.
So there's just a lot of things that go into it. So just because you were denied once does not mean you'll be denied again.
Okay. So step one, find out why you were denied. And if someone has been denied a mortgage, can you kind of walk us through what do they do? I mean, obviously, we just said figure out why you were denied, but then what?
Yeah.
What do they do next?
Call us.
Okay.
No. So if they've been denied, it's kind of like starting the process over. Okay. So the door shuts here, but the door may not shut again. And so I always get a second opinion. People say that when you go to the doctor, you got to get that second opinion.
Yeah.
So pick up the phone and call someone else. Call someone that's bought a house before. And find out who they use. And I would just, call someone else and get that second opinion. Typically, the way we do it, and we've talked about this, we don't say no.
Yeah.
And so it's not that the answer is no, it's that maybe not today.
Yeah.
And so let's just put a plan together.
Okay.
So even if you cannot be helped.
Yeah.
Okay. Today, we're going to give you a plan, and you're going to know that if you follow this plan, it could be 6 months, it could be a year, it could be 2 years. But if you want to buy a home, we can put you in that place where you can buy a home.
So I love the idea of a plan for someone who's kind of struggling with this process. Can you describe for me, what does it look like to put that plan together? Are you sitting down with that person? How does that work?
Yeah, we definitely we have a conversation with them and make sure they understand exactly what's holding them back, whether that be their credit, their income, and tell them how they can fix that. Sometimes they need to pay off debt, improve their credit score. Maybe they haven't been at their employer long enough for us to use their income. And these things may take time, but there's always a way to get them in a position to buy a home.
Well, I think a lot of times is it not only to improve credit scores, but maybe develop a credit score or build a credit score. And we do that for people all the time.
Oh, okay. How do you do that? How do you build a credit
Well,
score?
I mean, you can be an authorized user on a parent's existing credit card or a spouse.
Just get added to an existing line of credit.
That seems to be a really quick way.
Okay.
Secured credit cards. I mean, I don't know a bank out there who doesn't offer a secured credit card, which is, it's like secured by your own funds, And so, but those things report to the credit bureau. You can get like your rent reported to the credit bureau. You can have your utilities reported. So it's just those kind of things that we can do to put you in that place and develop that map to show you how you can buy.
Yeah, that's great. Okay, so speaking of plans, people who come to you who maybe are not ready in the moment or there's something in their way, and then you guys are talking about how you help them build a plan and figure out what the issue is and get them where they need to be. Are there any examples of this happening that you'd be comfortable talking about? I would love to just hear like a quick anecdote about this if you have one.
We have one right now.
Yeah, definitely. We have a
that you're working with right now?
Absolutely. We have a loan. We get these often actually where someone else will deny them and they'll come to us and we'll be able to put it together and figure out a way to make it happen. We've got somebody who's closing at the end of this month. They are moving from another state, and as soon as they go under contract, their lender tells them that they don't qualify. We scoured through this to see, are we missing something? We went to our underwriters to ask, hey, let's just make sure we're not going to have any hiccups here. Nothing. nothing wrong.
No discernible reason.
Nope. And now they're approved and they'll close this month.
That's true.
That's great, but what was the deal?
If we only knew.
So so no one knows. He doesn't know.
If we only do, maybe it could go back to lack of communication. Maybe it could be something on the credit. I mean, in this particular case, there were multiple late payments on an account, and so I'm thinking that maybe was a hiccup, and maybe the fact that the number of late payments disqualified.
Okay.
In fact, that was the one thing that I went to underwriting about beforehand, but. I mean, it still works.
Could have been an overlay on their end that we don't have.
Yeah. Okay. I think that's fantastic. Well, this is great. I think it was really good that we talked through this because I can imagine someone being denied for a mortgage in the middle of the process of trying to buy a home. That would be incredibly discouraging. So if that's happening to you or to someone that you know, these are the people to help you through that. Adam and Casey will help you figure out why you were denied the mortgage, what to do next, and then help you kind of build a plan to get there. So you're not alone as long as you're working with these two. We'll be back in another video. We're doing a whole series of videos about this topic. So we will be talking next about creative financing for competitive markets, and I can't wait to dive into that. But thanks for talking to us about what to do if you're denied a mortgage. Really appreciate it, and we'll talk to you again soon.